Hello. 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 Hi, everybody. Got a couple people watching. Welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm going to just make sure that my cameras are set up the right way. This interface really confuses me, and I'm never quite sure how to make myself take up the full screen. Welcome. Hi. Hi, everybody. Hi. Happy faces. Hi, Marcella. Hi, Marlene. Hi, Lily. Hi, everybody. Everybody's hanging out. This is great. I've got my chats up, and I've got a blank hoop, blank fabric, blank embroidery ready to go. Can you guys just give me a heart or a thumbs up if you can hear me okay? Let me know. I'm going to adjust my camera ever so slightly. There we go. How was everybody's Christmas? Tell me all the things. Any particular standout moments? Any particular standout gifts? Did anybody give a Stitch People portrait? If so, how was it received? I'm very curious. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Kelly. Hi, everybody. Hello, Lily Gold. Oh, I see your name. Lily Gold.
I'm going to try one thing to see if we can use your phone as a microphone.
I already am. I'm using this phone as a microphone. Is it not working well?
It just does not sound great.
Oh, darn. I don't want to sound bad. Thanks, Spence.
Well, if you've already got it going, then...
It's hard to test these things beforehand, weirdly. So we just...
Oh, that's probably it. Can we do this on... No. Good. We'll keep it rolling.
Great. I could also change to the other microphone, but...
Just refilling this tea bag?
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks. How's everybody doing? Good morning, Michelle. Let's see. Future Sip and Stitch Creations. Thank you. Good morning from Alabama. We love to see it. AL is Alabama, right? Or is AL Alaska? No, that's AK. I gave a stitched ornament and a stitch beanie with florals. They love them. Lele would love to hear it. That's very exciting. Very cool. Fun. Man, it's fun being in the wake of Christmas. I really like this part of the year between Christmas and New Year's because it feels like bonus time. Like nobody expects too much from you during this time, work-wise, right? Like it's still kind of break. You know, I know a lot of people do go back to work, and I've been getting some work done, but it's just psychological. You know what I mean? It just feels a little slower, feels a little nicer. So I hope you all get to take advantage of that as well. But it's like you've gotten through, you finished the race, right? Essentially. That's I don't know. There's something to the lull that I like. I'm just marking my center point on my portrait here that I'm going to start stitching. It's right about there. Yeah, there's our center point. Cool. Well, there we have it. Hi, Amy. Dawn. Lela. Welcome. Drop something in the comments. What's everybody up to? Is anybody else crafting, working on a project today? Do you have any fun plans today? We're going to go meet up with some cousins for lunch with my parents, which will be fun. Hi, Beth. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Come hang out. Come chill for a little while. You know, it's funny being on social media live, doing a live sip and stitch on social media when ultimately what I would love to see you do is put down social media and go do a project. Hello, Joshua. Cross Stitch in Cambria. How's it going? What are you working on these days? But it's so funny. I've been working on like my 2025. Oh, Courtney's here. Courtney, are you still in Hawaii? Are you in Hawaii right now? Is it so warm? I've got 6 inches of snow outside. Very heavy, wintry, wet snow. But it's kind of magical. We did this walk on Christmas Day. It was the best part of the day for me. And I'm just going to pull up a picture and show you guys because it was so wintry and nice. Here's a picture of Spencer and the doggo. Just so wintry and nice. Oh, good. You are in Hawaii. And we've got working on Cross Stitch in Cambria is working on a 2-year sobriety project. That's incredible. High-fiving a million angels, as Liz Lemon would say. Very cool. Very fun. Congratulations. Love to hear it. Tiffy Junebug Floyd. That's the cutest username in the world. Tiffy Junebug Floyd. Welcome. Hi, everybody. Hi, Meg. I think, sometimes I'm like, I don't know. I love having a cold, wintry Christmas. And I do because I grew up in the East where, like this New England weather is very familiar to me. But I do think if I were in Hawaii, I could get used to it. I do think I could get used to Hawaii winters. Just a hunch. I don't know. Courtney, you're from snow, best snow on Earth land. Do you miss the snow in the wintertime? Oh,
you don't think you'd miss?
I don't. Maybe I wouldn't stay forever, but I don't know. A couple years in Hawaii. Sure, let's do it. I've got a little chai here working on. Didn't give Stitch people portraits, but gave 3 Stitch video game pictures to the gamers in my family. Sherry, that is great. That is great. What do you give to gamers, right? Who already have all the things they need for their games. Courtney says, don't miss the snow ever. Fair. That's fair. Snow requires management, right? Do you have other things you need to manage, though, in Hawaii? Like rain or humidity, I would guess. You have to have, like, dehumidifiers around. I don't know. Just seems trade-offs, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guys, just give me 1 second to count. This is the blessing and the curse of being live.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Don't you even.
12.
That's so rude.
17. 4.
Can you guys hear Spencer just listing random numbers while I'm trying to count? 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spencer has a lot of practice being
4,
a brother.
2, 9, 7, 8.
Okay, I did find my center point. Huzzah! We found it. Dickens Bunch. That's a cute username as well. Okay, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3. That works. 4. Okay. Great. I made a small realtor project just uploaded it. I was dying laughing. Oh, that's great. Fantastic. Guys, I got targeted. Instagram algorithm worked for me, and I found Cross Stitch Cambria's account. If you don't follow him, definitely do. I only know of him because of Instagram. Thank you, Instagram. One of the few times in my life I will say thank you, Instagram. Anyway, first of all, Cross Stitch Cambria, Joshua is a dude. We love a dude cross stitcher. I love a dude cross stitcher. Just totally redefining the genre. We love to see it, and he listens to heavy metal music, which I've come to appreciate because I have a friend who's a drummer in a few heavy metal bands, and talk about you doing you. You know what I mean? It's not just a hobby for grandmothers, and it turns out it's very it's a creative outlet. It's a stress outlet. This is what I've been saying for years. We love to see it. So I reached out, was like, I like what you're doing. Can I stitch you a portrait? And I'm going to be doing more of that this year. Yes, here to break the stereotype. Spencer and I have chatted often about doing a series teaching my husband to cross stitch, because Spencer actually doesn't know how to cross stitch. I mean, he does, because he's been listening to me do it for like 15 years.
In theory, I do.
Yeah.
In practice,
I know how to code, right? Like, I'm like, well, you got to open the special code program, and then you type in your coding language. You got to open the brackets, and you got to close the brackets.
Got to close those brackets.
And all sorts of brackets and spaces and commas are very important.
Yeah.
I can teach you some principles that I couldn't actually execute. Anyhow, We love to see it. So go check out Cross Stitch in Cambria. Give a follow. And if y'all have any suggestions, I shouldn't have said y'all. My mom would get mad at me. We had a whole conversation about y'all. Do you guys think that you can say y'all outside of the South, right? Like, do you think if you're from the Midwest or if you're from New England, you should be like allowed to say y'all? Or do you have to have like the cred of being from the South to say y'all? Anyway, we got into a whole discussion. But the reason I said y'all is because I want to do more portraits of people who are doing cool things in the world, like Cross Stitch in Cambria is doing cool things in the world. So send your suggestions my way, because I want to start giving more portraits out into the world. I'm doing one right now of a woman who I'm just a big fan of, and she doesn't know I'm stitching it yet. I'm just going to send it to her. That Glasgow witch. I don't know if any of you follow her. I love her content. She is all about making magic feel more everyday, more tenable, more tactile in your real life. She does a lot of like magic stuff, like what you would call like spells and things like that, but it's all very personal, and it's not, I don't know. You got to go just check out her stuff. She's like the calmest, kindest vibe of a person, and I adore her content. And one of the I don't know what you'd call it, one of the rituals that she suggests doing at the end of the year that she's done and swears by and has been teaching on her feed is this winter solstice, like New Year manifestation kind of thing. And you write 13 statements on little pieces of paper and you fold them up. And the statements are things you want to manifest by this time next year. And then starting on the winter solstice, every night you burn one, and you don't open it. You don't read it. You've already written it. You've already declared your intention, as it were. And the whole thing is you put it out to the universe, to whatever that means to you. If that's the universe, if that's spirit, if that's your ancestors, if that's God, doesn't matter. It's whatever it means to you. The forces of nature, I don't know. And then the 13th one, you don't burn. The 13th one, you open. And that's the one you're responsible for. And the other 12 are the ones that ancestors, nature, God, universe, what have you, are responsible for creating in your own life. So that's been really lovely. I've been doing that, burning my little statements one a night since last Sunday, which was the winter solstice, which also means we're on the up and up as far as the sunshine in the world is concerned. Here in Maine, where I am currently, southern Maine, our sun is going down at like 4 p.m. It's been something to get used to. It just saps the life right out of you. You're like, cool, it's bedtime. It's 11 p.m. Nope, it is 4, maybe 4:30 p.m. It's been a lot. So now we're officially going the other direction on the whole days getting shorter or longer situation. So,
thank goodness.
Yeah, thank goodness. Hi, Elizabeth. Welcome. And Mrs. Hot Dogs with a Z, excellent username, says hello from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Okay, Cross Stitch in Cambria says, I'm Midwest and I say y'all all the time. We love that. We love that. See, then there's this big debate too, because y'all, I think, is a great replacement for what has become colloquial you guys, but some people don't like that because, like, would you call a group of any gender people you gals? I don't know. Some people don't like that. Where I'm like, I'm not a guy. I'm a woman. I'm not a guy. They're not guys. They're kids. You know, like people get sometimes particular about that. So it's like, okay, well, let's just say y'all, you all, group of all sorts of people. I think that's a good solve for that. But what if you're not from the South or the Midwest? So you give me hope. Cross Stitch in Cambria. Elizabeth Lewis says y'all is fine. Thank you. Thank you, Elizabeth Lewis. I think it's fine too. See, this is the cool part about, I think, the enormity of the United States of America is, yes, there are regionalisms, but we are all part of the same country, ultimately. So you could say, like, well, no, we can say y'all because we're Americans. right? Like, should dude have just stayed in California? Is that where dude originated? Or was dude a Western thing? I don't know.
ChatGPT.
Spencer's going to ask ChatGPT. You know, or I don't know. Wicked. I don't hear Wicked outside of New England a whole lot, but I used to go back and forth between Maine and Utah, and I'd sometimes say Wicked, even if I was standing in Utah. Look out. Salt Lake City folks are going to start saying Wicked, and people are going to be so confused. Wicked smart. I love the early night work at 5 a.m., so I go to bed around 8. I hate going to bed in the summer, and the sun's still up. Oh, hey, there you go. There's a flip side to every coin. I like that. Yeah, it must be hard. It's like, I remember the feeling as a kid. Does it like activate that kid feeling when you're a little kid and your parents are like, time to go to sleep? And you're like, it is literally still light. Other people are still awake. How is this fair? I would definitely have that feeling that I, had early on in my early years. Hello, Nicole. Hello, Margaret. Hello, Rosila Rocha. That's a great username. So many fun usernames. I can read them this time. Angela, sometimes I get, people hopping on the stream and the usernames are like letter jumbles or like words that go together that I'm not sure how to pronounce. So it's thank you all for using your name in your usernames today. I'm just working on a little individual portrait, a little bust. I'm going to be doing more of these busts because I like it. Yep, I sure do. And I think I asked, but if any of you follow anybody cool online who's doing cool things and putting good juju out into the world, please send them my way because I want to stitch a portrait of them to say, hey, thanks for doing cool things in the world, putting good juju out there. There's this guy who my sister posts videos all the time. I reached out to him to do a portrait of him. He's a tap dancer. He's like a classic tap, like 1950s, 40s tap dancer. And he's got these cool red tap shoes, but he tap dances to hip hop music. And it's a very cool thing that he's doing. And he takes, a like piece of wood and goes out to like cool places all around the city. I think he's in New York, maybe Chicago. I'm not sure. I just see, I'm watching his feet, not the cityscape behind him. So, Bite This by Annie is my recommendation. Okay, noted. I'm gonna write that down. Let me copy this. Copied and pasted. I'm keeping lists, folks. 2026 is gonna be the year of me keeping track of stuff. That's all I know. That's all I know. Oh, cool. Alternative Bakery in Ohio puts all the good vibes out. We love that. Yes. Okay, it's not letting me copy. Okay, Bite This by Annie. I'm going to put this down. Bakery in Ohio. Dunzo bagunzo. Also, I keep fighting a button on my shirt, so forgive me while I deal with that. For y'all's eyeballs. See, there's y'all again. It works. I'm just gonna own the y'all. What's funny is I don't use it in my day-to-day all that much, but when I feel like I'm talking to a group of people, which I am, thank you for joining. I love that you're here. Talk to me in the chats. Tell me all the stories. Ask me all the questions. Anyhow, when I feel like I'm talking to a group of people, it's y'all. What were you gonna say, Spence?
I'd like to poll the audience. Who's got really great luggage recommendations?
Oh, yeah. Give us your luggage recommendations. Spencer and I are flying to England in January, and we're finally to the phase of like, okay, what is coming with us? Because we downsized from our house, which was around 2,000 square feet. We got rid of most of our belongings, and now we're living in a 33-foot motorhome. And if it's not in the RV, okay, there's like 5 boxes that we're storing with my parents. And that's like old yearbooks, like my wedding dress. I still haven't decided what I want to do with that. Things like this. We do have like a little stash. I think it's only 5 or 6 boxes though. But if it's not in the RV, we don't own it anymore, or somebody's looking after it for us. But obviously we can't take everything that we have in the RV abroad. So now we're like really cutting down, and we need good luggage. So if anybody has any good luggage recommendations, let us know on that. I also just saw Angela McGregor. Hi, Lizzie. It's Angela. I want to say thank you for being you this year. I'm not going to be on for long. Oh, Angela, that's so nice. Thanks, Angela. Hello, everyone. Happy New Year, she says. That's very cool. Thanks for saying hi. Thanks. Thanks, Angela. It just made my day. Try to be more me. I'm going to be more me this year. It's an interesting thing just being you, isn't it? That's an understatement of the century. It's funny. I feel like I've just the Lizzie that started Stitch People in like 2012. I feel like I'm just not, that was a long time ago. And I've like morphed and changed. I've become more myself, I feel, but less the version that established this thing. And so it's taken a little while to figure out like, okay, what does this next phase of Stitch People look like? As many of you know, I really pulled back this year with Stitch People, and we just did like bare minimum. I didn't do any events or classes because I felt like that was pressure from the COVID era. Like everybody's cooped up at home. So it was like, oh, let's do online classes. And then that just became what we do without me considering like, do I actually like doing that? And it turns out I do. We did a Christmas Village this time last year, which was really, really fun. So I think I'll do maybe one or two of those a year.
That was just last year.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yeah. I need to, I want to do some more like how to design a portrait classes, how to stitch a portrait classes. I've gotten some feedback from y'all about doing in like, not like in person, maybe in person, but virtual in real time events, because there is some more accountability to that versus just a pre-recorded thing, and people don't like reading anymore. So even though like the DIY book has all the information in there, that's another reason I don't know it, because I feel I don't want people to feel swindled. Like I've already given you the information, it's in the book. So it feels weird for me to be like, give me more money to teach you a class because I've already like given you the information. But I get that people learn differently, and I need to change my mindset about that. So anyway, it's been a good year of like reassessing what Stitch People is, where we're going, what we're doing. I'm just gonna be making more portraits. I like the stitching part, and I've been really bogged down by the business end, by the mullet business in the front. I like the party in the back, so I'm just gonna do more of the party in the back, and I'm gonna trust. This was one of my little wishes to the universe, and I don't know if it's one that I've already burned in my winter solstice ritual from that Glasgow witch, but one of the things that I want for 2026 is for me stitching portraits to be enough. And I'm going to be making more content just about that and the people that I'm stitching portraits about. I'm going to be focusing more on the people of Stitch People and not the stitching of Stitch People. So anyhow, that is the plan. So that was a really, really long contextual follow-up to what Angela said, and I just appreciate you, Angela. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. Wendy joined. Mrs. Vicky Bean joined. Let's see. Cross Stitch in Cambria says she's done cakes and collaborations with amazing band. I've been using the same set we got at Kohl's 20 years ago. Angela McGregor. Okay. Dakeen luggage, great wheels. Yeah, Cross Stitch Cambria, we've been using our same luggage for like 20 years. So it's like we're going to the UK to move ultimately, but the first few months we're going to be exploring different regions just because we can, and we like traveling, and we want to make sure that where we land in such a big move really feels the most aligned. And that we're not just like blindly like London. So there's going to be some in-between travel where we're not only traveling there, but then every 3 to 4 weeks we'll be, traveling to a new place. So we want definitely something that will hold up. So yeah, our like 20-year-old luggage is not going to be doing it. Let's see. Samsonite packing cubes. Yes, I love packing cubes, says Mrs. Hot Dogs with a Z. I adore you. I adore that username. How did you get that? You must have registered it years ago because it's such a good username. We have Samsonite. Our Samsonite has lasted a long time. So new Samsonite, in theory, would also last.
Yep.
Oh, Angela says hello to Spencer too. I hear you.
Hi, Angela.
Wendy says, good morning from Australia. Hello from Australia, Wendy. Remind me where in Australia you are. Are you up north? Up north had like a tropical storm recently. Sydney has been in the news recently. Hope all is well where you are. My husband is hot dogs. That's incredible. So he's got hot dogs and you've got Mrs. Hot Dogs. That's incredible. You deserve an award for that. Where's like the social media username awards? That's incredible. I don't know how you swung it, but you did. And you deserve a major award, a la A Christmas Story.
This has very elf, Buddy the Elf vibes. Like, best cup of coffee.
Right?
You did it.
Bye, Courtney. Give kisses to all those kiddos. Thanks for hanging out. Love to see it. Love to see it. Oh, it's been so fun. This is great. I'm in Western Sydney. Okay. Western Sydney. I only know of the town of Penrith in Western Sydney. Sid, I would like to go to Australia. It seems like a very cool place to go. Hello, Lily. We have another Lily joining us. Lily. Lily's such a great name. Beautiful name, Lily. It's been on the mind because, well, two reasons. One is very straightforward. We watch Harry Potter every Christmas. So we're into the second one.
Mm-hmm.
We paused it. So Lily's been on the mind. Second story. This is a very convoluted story, but I'm telling you anyway. So in approximately 2013, I was in a production of The Secret Garden, and I played Mrs. Winthrop and like ensemble, no problem. I wasn't a big role in that one. And there was a guy who played Archie, and Archie and his brother have this song in the musical about Lily's hazel eyes, and where we were in Utah, they put on the British accent so thick, even while singing. And anytime I hear the name Lily, I always think of this production because they would sing Lily's hazel eyes, and it always would make me laugh. And then recently, a friend of mine said her friend was trying to set her up with one of these guys who happened to be one of the guys that would sing Lily's hazel eyes. I haven't thought about him in like 10 years, but here's Spencer's cousin like, hey, I might go on a date with this guy. You guys are mutual friends on Facebook. Tell me. And all I'm thinking is like, well, when he sings about Lily, just be prepared for an ultra stylized pronunciation. So anyway, Lily. That's why I always go, oh, hello, Lily. Anytime somebody named Lily pops on the chat. The longest, most needless story that you've ever heard. And you're welcome. You're welcome for spending your Saturday morning and or afternoon listening to me singing about Lily's hazel eyes. Oh, hardly incidentally, not my favorite musical. Not my favorite.
It's a weird one.
Secret Garden, the musical, is just not there for me. It just doesn't do it.
It's a weird
I think the music's fine. It's a great story. I loved the Christopher Columbus, I think, did the 1990s version, like 90 with Maggie Smith. That's a great movie. I like the story. I like the movie, but the musical's fine. There you go. Does anybody know about? Has anybody heard the music for? Anyway, okay, let's see. Lindsay Burr is asking. Lindsay Burr, are you the Lindsay Burr who I went to high school with? I can't tell from your profile picture because on my screen it's little, but I did go to high school with Lindsay Burr. Either way, hello. Thank you for chatting. What kinds of things do you want to see in the UK? All of them. I want to see all the things. And I'm only exaggerating a little bit.
She's not, I was going to say, she's not joking.
Yeah, like when I say we want to like move around and see what vibe, like I'm not thinking that we'll be in like Camden and then we'll be in like Kensington. No, like I want to live in like Bath for a few weeks, and then I want to live in like Bristol for a few weeks, and then I want to live in like York for a few weeks, and maybe not in that order, but I really do want to go like regionally and see just what feels cool to us and what excites us. Mostly I want to see old and hidden things and all the forests that I possibly can. That's what I want to see in the UK the most. I really like old hidden things, like cool old places. Like, for example, a friend of mine and I were in the UK a little over a year ago, and we were driving, and I pulled up Google Maps and was like, what's cool near me? And there was this ruins of one of the oldest brick, I don't know the word, churches or monasteries. I can't remember exactly what it was. It was one of the oldest surviving brick structures of this type from like the 1300s. And we just walked through the ruins, and it was like super cool, off the beaten path. Things off the beaten path in the US exist, but they're often like, there's a big gap between like the really old indigenous stuff and the new stuff, because unless you're in New England, where you do get the occasional 17th or 18th century building or site, really it's like 19th century on. Some late 1700s, obviously the Revolutionary War and stuff like that. Again, if you're in Boston, Philadelphia, all that. But I just like that things, like, I want to see Roman stuff. I want to see Viking stuff. I want to see all sorts of stuff in the UK. So if you have any like super cool recommendations, I'm all for it. I'm all for like those things where it's like you have to make a day of it to go seek that one thing out. That's like, it's not convenient, but it's worth going to. I'm all for it. Mrs. Hot Dogs, she said about her username, she kept her maiden name, and so taking Mrs. Hot Dogs as the username is the least she could do. I love that. I love that. Wendy, it's a beautiful country. It does sound like a beautiful country. I think I'd really like... Oh, Lindsay says, no, I'm English, and we definitely didn't go to high school together. Cool. Well, a little nod from my past nostalgia in your name. Thanks for joining. That's really fun. And we have another Lily! Lily! That's great. And then Aunt Frisa and Tatrizina. Is that Tatriz like in the Middle East, the Tatriz dresses that women make? Cotswolds is beautiful, and Puzzlewood. I've not heard of Puzzlewood, but I have heard of Cotswolds. I went to with this friend of mine about over a year ago. She and I went to... Oh, it's really... Oh gosh, I can't think of the name of it. They filmed Warhorse there. It's like one of the go-to Cotswolds towns people go to. I can't think of the name. Glastonbury not at festival time is really cool. Okay, noted. Breathing and growing together joined. Love that username. Yes, let's breathe. Yes, let's grow. Breathing is so important. I've often mentioned this book, but if you haven't read the book, Breath, Breath, one or the other, it's a bright yellow cover. Go read it. Fascinating book. Really, truly, absolutely fascinating. It's a journalist digs into breathing, which seems like not a big deal because it's something we all do all the time without thinking about it. But breathing is actually a really huge deal, and you should all go read this book because it covers it from a lot of different angles. Once over here, join English Heritage and National Trust. There's plenty of room and places to go. Perfect. Done. Harry Potter, Star Wars, Puzzlewood. Okay, very cool. Very cool. My friend and I did a bunch of the Harry Potter sites. We did like the studio tour, and we went to Laycock Abbey, and we went to oh gosh, I forget. In America, there is it's spelled Gloucester, and there is one in the UK, but you don't say it that way in either place, but in either place you say them differently, and I can't remember which is the American, which is the British, but I always say Gloucester because that's how it is in Connecticut. Cathedral, we went there. That was pretty cool. I want to go up and do some of the more northern Harry Potter sites. There's like, I remember that we went to Oxford and saw some of the stuff there. We went to Laycock Abbey, went to Gloucester, and then if we kept going north, we would have hit where they filmed Malfoy Manor, and then up even northeastish was where they did a lot of exterior castle shots. But definitely, if anybody is thinking of going and seeing and doing, I would do Laycock Abbey. Was really, really cool, really beautiful. Hello, Deborah. Hello, Pauline. Thanks for joining. Come hang out in the chat. Grab a project. I've got a chai tea. Come hang out. Tell me what you're working on. Tell me what you're up to. Tell me how your day is going. Tell me how Christmas was. Tell me all the things. Or ask me anything. I'll tell you anything. I'll tell you anything I know. And if I don't know, I'll find out. I am an open book. Okay, I'm going to scroll on YouTube and make sure. Okay, no more new comments on YouTube. That is A-okay. Thanks for hopping in, everybody. It's always so fun when there's like people coming and going and chatting and saying hi. We love to see it. Love to see it. Thanks for hanging out It's a super fun time to be online. I was going to circle back to this because ultimately I think we should all get offline. But to stay like relevant on social media, you have to like keep posting to social media. It's like this horrible double bind. So I don't know. Anybody who ever sees me on social media, just know that I think you should go stop watching me and go do something else. But maybe by watching me, you will feel inspired about what to do after you stop watching. You know, let this be the last video you watch on YouTube today. Let this be your last interaction on Instagram for the day. Go out, have a walk, make something with your hands. I made something with my hands. I mean, I'm making something with my hands, but I made this yesterday, you guys. I painted a rock. This is what the rock looks like on the back side. And then on the front side, I painted this little ditty. Because you don't have to cross stitch. Cross stitching is not the only acceptable form of crafting. I'm trying to get my camera to, there we go. It's the Portland Headlight Lighthouse here in Portland, Maine, on the coast. Just painted it, just had a reference photo and did my freaking best. I'm pretty proud of it. I'm going to be gifting it to, now I'm like super not focused. Come back, focus on my face. But I'm going to be gifting it for a Christmas present for someone else. Come along, focus on me. It doesn't want to. It will never be in focus ever again. Come along, focus, focus. You have to sometimes like guide the autofocus. Whatever, good enough. Here we are. So yeah, go paint if painting is what you like to do. Go stitch if stitching is what you like to do. Go knit or crochet or draw or journal or collect woodland items and make some fairy houses, or send a letter to a friend and draw something on the front for laughs. You know, literally anything. Go do that, because it's important that you use your hands and make things with your hands. It's like really important for your health. Mrs. Hot Dogs has to run. Oh man, I'll be sad to not see her username in there anymore, because it just, oh gosh, it just like sparks the laughter inside my heart. I'm glad you joined. Thanks for hanging out. Happy stitching. And come every Saturday, last Saturday of the month. And we'll be doing them again next year as well, all month long. Maybe even more if we start getting more people who like doing them. Hello, Ashlena. That's a cool name. Hello, Raleigh, and Lisa, and Devo Peg. And Zendala Craft. See, now we're getting in the ones. G Trexler. I can do G Trexler. Thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'm going to take a sip really quick. Don't mind me. It's hot, so I can't just like gulp it. Gotta be careful. Don't want to scald my brain. And I would. And I have. I have a very interesting situation. I believe I have an old needle. This is like, I cannot remember this happening to me. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. And I don't want to hold it too close because the focus is going to get all weird. But I think I have an old needle because I started at the neck and I'm working my way up to the top of the head. And in the holes of the Aida fabric around the top of the head, there's like darkness. I think the finish of the needle is rubbing off. And so I swapped the needle. I believe this was the one I'm using. So I'll set that aside because I do think there is some discoloration from my needle. And have not encountered that before. I'm suspicious of this needle because they're the same size. So I'm going to go to a slightly, nope, that one, no, that one's smaller. I'm going to go to a smaller size. Hi, everybody. Hi, Marina. Hi, hi, hi. You know, I can also take song requests. I can take any question, any thought. Tell me your stories. Tell me your thoughts. What are you thinking about? What are the big thoughts you're thinking about? Like, somebody, like, come on into my comments and tell me, like, hey, man, I've been really chewing on string theory lately. Because honestly, same, bro. I too have been chewing, well, less string theory for more and more simulation theory. I've been reading a lot about simulation theory lately. It's fascinating. Did you know that in quantum physics, this is protons, neutrons, all this kind of atom structure stuff for those who aren't familiar, and I'm barely familiar. I majored in music. Don't expect me to talk about quantum physics. But long story short, there have been new research studies done about how these things that make up the whole matter of the universe interact with one another. And they have proven that you can get certain readings right now that only exist because of what you do to the protons, neutrons, electrons, etc. in the future. That future action can impact past resultage. I don't know how it works. This is why scientists do what they do, and this is why I do what I do. All I know is they are proving that you can impact the present / past by what you will do in a little bit. And I think that is wild. And I love it. I love it. I tells you, I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, CrossFit Cambria is preparing a merch drop for next year, and I'm nervous as hell about it. That's what's been occupying my mind a lot. Okay. A, thank you for sharing. Hard relate. B, tell me more. What, I'm very curious, what kind of merch? Like wearable merch, like water bottles, like that kind of stuff? Or is it like stitchy merch, like needle minders and things? And what are you most nervous about? Is it like getting the word out, or that people will like it? Because I tell you what, putting products up for sale is way more vulnerable than people understand. So I highly respect the nerves that you feel, because I've been there. It's a lot. We have a bunch of needle minders that some people like them. Not everybody likes them. We ordered more than we should have because we thought more people would like them. It's a weird feeling. It's okay. It's fine. Other people do needle minders better than me, and I'm fine with that. Hardly incidentally, everybody head over to stitchpeople.com and order some needle minders. We have plenty in stock.
Incident.
Just, I don't know, if you're in the market. I have one here somewhere. Here it is. I like this one. This one that says, Stitch Love, Stitch Life, Stitch Happy, Stitch People. It's just a little magnetic needle minder. Oh, I won't hold it too close because the focus will go all wackadoosville again. Ordered some samples and the colors result. Oh. I hired a designer to make something, slapping it on wearable merch. Perfect. That's the way to do it. It's hard to get it just right. It is. And samples take time and they cost. It's tricky, man. It's tricky running a business. I wish, after I was a server, I served at Olive Garden because it was like a life goal, and I was in between jobs for a minute. I had one lined up, but it wasn't going to start for a few months. And my sister was working at Olive Garden, and I was like, well, that is a dream come true. Like, ever since I was little, I was like, I want to work at Olive Garden. So this was post-college, and I applied, and I trained, and I was working at Olive Garden. And ever since, I always like pre-bust my tables, and Spencer and I tip really well now. Because not that we didn't before, but like, man, you just learn something when you are on the other side of the table, as it were, whatever that table is, whether you're like an actor turned director producer, whether you're a restaurant goer to a server, whatever it is, whether you're a consumer of goods and then a provider of goods. And I always say that, like, just like if America's going to run on capitalism, which I will set that rant aside, fine. I think then, just like other countries, like in Finland, you have to give, I think it's 9 months or a year or something of military service of some kind. It's just required to be a citizen there. I think in the US, it should be required to work a customer service job, to be a server, to be a box office representative, to be a call center helper, and that's just the price of admission for America, because I think we would be a better people for it. Because when you're on the other side of things and you're managing, something is advertised on the website, like, oh, I'm going to make some merch. I like these colors. You order them. They don't look anything like that. And you don't feel that you can pass that on to your customer. And the amount of coordination and effort that takes, well, you're probably getting emails from people like, I want to buy this sweatshirt. You announced that it's coming. When's it coming? And you're like, I'm working on it. I promise I'm working on it. I'm doing my best. And you just want to do your best. That changes. It really changes the way that you interact as a customer. But also for better and for worse, because like I know what it takes to put quality out there. And so sometimes when I'm paying a premium from another company for something that should reflect quality and it doesn't, I'm like, bro, like, don't come at me, because I know what it takes to get there. So anyway, I'm just saying, I hear you, Cross Stitch and Cambria. Let's see. Now I've like totally chatted, brain vomited. Let me catch up on yeah, scared how the community will take it. Super proud of it. Scared it's just going to flop. Man. Well, hey, everybody. Listen, everybody here on this live. That's it. You handful of people watching on YouTube. You handful of people watching on Instagram. Go follow Cross Stitch and Cambria. Go follow him right now. And when he drops merch, hit purchase, man. Support small businesses. I bet it'll look really cool because your whole vibe is very cool. So I don't see how your merch couldn't be very cool. Just putting that out there. And you know what? I did see, okay, here's something for you. Because I get really, I still have in my head that Instagram is, like I'm so used to the chronological Instagram that it used to be. And it hasn't been that way for years. But in my head, I'm like, if I post once or twice a day, everybody who follows me will see it. Certainly they don't. And so I don't want to post more than that. But I saw this really great analysis. Apparently, Justin Bieber, and I did not verify this is just what I saw in this post, but apparently when Justin Bieber dropped his latest album, he posted about the album like 90 times within a 5-day span across his social media platforms, like posts, reels, stories, because not everybody who follows you sees it. So that's one thing I'm also going to be leaning to more in the new year is like, you know what? I'm just going to talk constantly about things we have, because I just feel like I'm a broken record because I've been talking about the same products since 2014, my DIY book, right? Like, this is what I do. I teach you how to make family portraits. I have a whole book about it. But you get new people, and not everybody knows what you do, and not everybody knows what you're about. And so, for some reason, that I have to like swallow my preconceived notions. It's not even like a pride or ego thing, but it's just like I don't want to be salesy, and I don't want to like hit people over the head with like who I am and what I do. But
it is who you are.
But it is who I am and what I do, and it is what I offer. And if it's helpful, maybe talking about it, because, like 0.003% of your following is going to see any given post. So if I post about the same thing 90 times within 5 days, like Justin Bieber, then that's creating hype, and that's okay. I just don't want to exhaust people, but that's a story I'm telling myself. Maybe because I exhaust myself, making a note to talk to my therapist about this. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. I'm a little bit kidding. Anyhow, it's like half kidding and it's half real. But that's the thing. It's like you just gotta trust that people like you. I like you. I'll buy your merch. So there's one. And yeah, and maybe it won't go as fast as you thought, or maybe it'll sell right out. I don't know. You never know. But yeah, don't be afraid to talk about it. That's one of my big takeaways that like for next year. And I like, how long have I been doing this? And I'm only now embracing that, like, oh yeah, gee whiz, I can talk about what I'm doing. Wow. Because I do the same. Like I scroll and I see a thing and I'm like, oh, I'll come back to it. And then you forget. So just make sure people don't forget. Yeah, I don't want to flood people's feed. I'm the same. Because I don't want people to think that I'm flooding it because I'm into what I'm posting for myself. Like, because I'm not. I would love to not have to post to social media. I would love if I could just have like a post on my Instagram feed that's like, hello, this is Stitch People. These are the products we have to help you do this. Good day. And that would just reach all the people that it would ever need to reach. And I wouldn't have to get in front of a camera and blab about it. But alas, here we are. Hello, Gen Scientist and L. LJ Dang 5 and Sneaky Dee. Are you a Sneaky Dee?
Sneaky Dee.
Sneaky Dee. That sounds like a late 90s Cartoon Network show that I would watch. Sneaky Dee. 6 p.m., 5 p.m. Central. I'd watch Sneaky Dee. Oh, because Dexter's Laboratory had a Dee Dee. His sister's name was Dee Dee. That's why I'm thinking of Cartoon Network and Dee Dee. Dee Dee!
I was never a Dexter's Lab.
You weren't?
No.
Dexter's
It
Laboratory!
It was just like late enough.
And he's like, Dee Dee, get out of my laboratory! And she just comes in and she's like, Dexter! What are you doing down here? Dee Dee, how many times have I told you? That's a flash from the past. Thank you, Sneaky Dee Dee, for that smile. Stitched with Heartstrings. Oh, that's a cute username too. I'm just really into what everybody's choosing for their usernames these days. Absolutely love it. Thanks for joining, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. I also, okay, full disclosure, our cross-stitch and Cambria pal said he's nervous about the merch. He's developing it and is releasing. Here's something that I'm really nervous about. I will share in kind. I like when you take it to, it's one thing to post on social media. Hi, this is who I am. This is what I'm working on. You know, it's a funny meme. It's a reel with a great hook. Like, you're making content for you, for your followers. It's a whole other kit and caboodle to try to make money in this bizarre, ineffable influencer land. Like, hey, random company, send me a free product for a post, or send me a free product and money to do what I'm already doing, but it's about you this time, kind of, because I still need to create value for my customers. Like, the whole idea of social media as that's where my brain just goes kablooey. I don't think that way. And so this is why my strategy that I'm scared will work, but I'm just going to start making portraits for people and send them. And if they like them and want to post about it, thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad. And that can be the full extent of it. And if they don't want to post about it, that's also okay. Because if I'm making it primarily as a gift, then the purpose is in the giving, and my transaction, if you will, is over the second it is gifted. That is what feels good for me. And I'm just trying to trust karma, the universe, the angels above, my ancestors, that will put me in front of the eyeballs it needs to put me in front of, and that will carry me to where I need to go, because it's what feels most aligned. I look forward to creating some partnerships, the types of content I'm going to be creating next year. I'll have my hands, I love rings. So it'd be cool to team up with jewelry people, and I'd be happy to wear some stuff, and I'll post with your stuff in it. And maybe if I'm making a portrait of the jewelry maker, that'd be cool, because I'm really into handmade and artisan made things. So maybe that's the way that could work. I'd be fine. I'd be totally down with partnerships and collaborations. But yeah, making money as an influencer, once I got sent, because I had enough followers that I would occasionally get early on when influencer marketing became a thing. This one company sent me a cool flower pot. It has a cool design. It's really good for the roots of the plant, I guess. And they were like, yeah, we'll send you this and just make a reel about it and tag us, whatever. Guys, I couldn't do it because it just felt so weird. And I emailed them. I was like, I can send this back. I'm so sorry. I was like, I blamed it on life and mental health, but it kind of was, because I couldn't, I don't know. It just wasn't, it didn't feel right. I was like, this is so, I'm just me. I'm just a person. Who am I to get free stuff and tell other people to buy it when I didn't seek it out? I can't vet it or validate it. So needless to say, I learned a lot from that, because I could not bring myself to make a reel to promote this random product that I got for free that actually looked like a pretty cool product that I actually might use even. And I think that's the key, is I just need to, if I do anything like that, focus on brands and products that align with me, because I just don't want to I don't know, call me old school, but I do believe that if people are paying attention to you, you should do your best to be an ethical person. And if I'm going to promote a product, I want to be able to stand behind that product and have good reasons for promoting it. So Anyway, my focus is going to be on other makers, on other crafters, other handcrafters, handmakers of all kinds, or people who are trying to bring people into themselves more. Because I think the world could use a little more of that, is what I think. Again, call me old school. But anyhow, I want to be one of those people that's like, oh, if she's talking about it, that must mean that it's good, right? Like, she wouldn't be telling me to buy a thing if she didn't believe in the thing. But it just really, that one exchange really like opened up this whole, like, it wasn't even imposter syndrome necessarily. It was like, again, I will leave my soapbox about the capitalism and exploitation of people and things. I don't think making your own way in the world is a bad thing at all. I think it's just can get out of control. Anyhow, I felt weird about it. Yeah. It's a wild thing being on the internet. It's a wild thing. Hey, Linda, she just said, I ordered the Floral Motifs Volume 1. I hope you love it. I really hope you do. If you need help, we have a bunch of videos that walk you through how to make those floral motifs. But there's a ton of pictures and a ton of color recommendations and photos. So hopefully that'll help you up the ante on your portraits. Linda, tell me, do you like your florals on the bottom? Or do you like to put florals on the top? This is a big debate in the cross-stitch portrait land. I like bottom florals. But some people I don't know. Tell me what you think. Yeah. Yeah, collabs, you got it. Yeah, it's got to be the right vibe. It's got to be the right deal. It's hard. And it's hard to turn them down because sometimes you're like, oh, that'd be great exposure. Or like maybe sometimes there's pay involved. And then there's the whole thing of like, there are people whose job it is to manage this end of the stuff for you. But I've not had good experience with trying to hire help in, like once I hired a PR person who just didn't understand the product. They kept trying to market it as like a kid's, like for like teens. And it's like, no, absolute. That's not our demographic at all. It was just hard. People don't care about your stuff as much as you do. So it is in one's best interest to do as much as they can, I guess. Guys, I've stitched the little busty bust. I need to start thinking about what she gonna wear. I think we're gonna put her in black because she's often in a black top. Very classy. So we'll get our black. Hello, Sarah Bell. Hello, Gabbers. Linda likes florals at the bottom of a portrait. Yep, same, Linda. I think it's for me like a visual thing. It's just because there's a lot going on in a floral. It's like it adds visual weight. So you ground the visual weight. And it's like the ground is, of course, I guess you put arbors up with flowers. I don't know. I just feel like the bottom florals. Crystal Peterson. Thank you for joining. Hello. Welcome to the live. Hello, everyone. Oh, someone named I Am Underpants joined. That makes me laugh. That's a great username. Congratulations.
It's a great username day.
It's a great username day. I am underpants. That's such a 90s thing. Underpants are such a, like, well, or maybe it's just kiddom. But I just feel like every cartoon I ever watched, like, anybody watch Doug? And he would be, I think he was Captain Underpants, and he'd put his underpants on outside his clothes and tie a belt around his head and wear a cape, and he was Captain Underpants.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some humor just never gets old. Never dies.
Nor should it.
Nor should it. Bring back Captain Underpants.
Isn't there like?
How do I get this needle out? This needle is really eluding me right now.
So there's also like the Adventures of Captain Underpants.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. What was Doug Funny? Look up Doug Funny's superhero name. He wore underpants for sure.
Quail Man.
Quail Man. I was thinking Captain Underpants because there is such a thing as Captain Underpants. But Quail Man
does have his underpants.
Does have his underpants and the belt around his head.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I misnamed him. Quail Man. That's right. Doug funny. See ya. Bye, Cross Stitching Cambria. Thanks for hanging out. Happy Christmas. Karen Marie. Texas Karen Marie is what I'm guessing the TX is for. Welcome. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. It's very fun to be here with you. How are you? Tell me things about yourself in the chat. Tell me what projects you're working on. Tell me what questions you have. What Stitch People patterns are you needing from me? Because we might already have them and I could point you in the right direction. Hi. Hi, everybody joining. Thanks for hanging out. It's very fun to see you all. Hope your holidays have been warm, merry, and bright. We had a pretty low-key Christmas, which was nice. It was just me and my parents and Spencer. And because we've gotten rid of all of our stuff and we're going to be moving abroad, we didn't get a lot of like stuff for Christmas, which is actually really great. We went on a big long walk on Christmas Day, and my parents did get me new boots, which is nice. I'll be taking those with me because they're good like rain, snow boots. But it was nice to just we got some gift cards for like lunches that we can go do. And that'll be fun. And yeah, it was cool to have a less stuff-focused Christmas. My sister sent me a couple little like handmade decorations and box of Christmas cookies. I don't know, it just felt a little more personal and a little less, what's the word I'm looking for?
Commercial?
Well, yeah, a little less commercial, a little less pressure, which I liked. Might do more of that moving on in the future, because I liked that a lot. Barbara came in. Where are you guys located right now? I know you're on a travel journey. Hi, Barbara. Thanks for asking. That's awfully nice. We are in southern Maine. It's very snowy outside. If you go on Instagram, I did a reel that gives a tour of our little RV setup. But we left. We were just south of Salt Lake City. We left in early September, drove across the country for most of that month, and we have been in Maine since end of September. We were more inland for a while, and then as things got colder and colder and colder, we moved our motorhome, and now we're in my parents' backyard in a town called Saco, which is south of Portland. And it's been beautiful. We've never been in our RV in the winter before, so it's been an interesting challenge. We put some insulation around our pullout because the floor gets really, really cold when it's, freezing or below. And we bought a heated hose so that the water doesn't freeze coming into the RV, which it definitely did a few times. And then we got the hose and it's been better. The cold is a challenge, but we have a furnace. We swap out the propane to keep the furnace alive. And we have some space heaters and like electric heating blankets and things like that, that we are relying on for warmth. So we actually stay pretty cozy, but yeah, we're in Maine and we'll be flying to the UK in mid to late January. We're going to be buying our tickets today. We had to get our dog. When you bring pets abroad, you need to have a microchip and a rabies shot. And our dog has rabies are good for 3 years. And her rabies shot is only a year old and she has a microchip. But turns out it's not the right kind of microchip. And because microchip technology has gotten better in the last 10 years. So we had to do an appointment. But if you do a new microchip, then you need a new rabies shot. And then you can't enter the country until 21 days after the rabies has been updated. So we had to get that done. We only figured that out like a few days ago. But the vet got us right in. So now we are good to go and we can book our flights. Hi, Juliana. Hi, Linda. Hi, Paula. Hi, Katie. Barbara, where are you in the world? And are you cold? Are you warm these days? Wherever you may be. It's been really nice to have a white Christmas. It's been so snowy. Obviously, the cold has its challenges, but it's been nice. Nice to be chilly and cooped up, especially as it gets so dark. Since it's dark so early in the day, it's dark and cold, but we can just put in our blankets and our socks and our space heaters and hunker down a little bit. It's nice. We're excited for a new adventure. Oh, for anybody new to this feed, if you have any luggage recommendations that's like really excellent, durable luggage, let us know because we want to upgrade our luggage before we go abroad. Hopefully something that's maybe collapsible, so like duffels. It's got to be both durable and storable because we'll be going from place to place for some months as we explore and figure out where we want to land. Hi, Iris. Hi, Colleen. Casperel joined. Is that MRB or Mr. B? That's my question. Jesse Moira, thanks for hanging out, everybody. What projects are you working on? What projects would you like to be working on? What crafts do you want to try in the new year? That was a really cool post. We did a giveaway, and that was like, to enter the giveaway, make sure you like the post and are following us and tell me what craft you want to try in the new year. And that it was cool to see what I mean, things from like resin to stained glass to more crocheting and knitting, like all sorts of ideas that everybody has of ways to get crafty. Hi, Sar Hearts. I was going to say Sarah, but maybe it is Sarah. And La Rosita. Hello. Thanks for joining, everybody. Irving, right side of Dallas, currently in the hospital because I fell my leg. Oh, no. Barbara, why did you fall on your leg? You shouldn't have done that. That's my grandma would always say. Like, oh, you shouldn't have gotten sick. Like, thank you. Noted. Will not for next time, but it would always make me laugh. Oh, I'm sorry you're in the hospital. Shoot. Glad that you can be taken care of, though. That's good. Hopefully you're getting the care you need. Hopefully it's not too long of a recovery process. Oh, I always get so annoyed when I get injuries like that like prevent me from, doing things that I normally do. I've been dealing with some lower back stuff because I've got like hypermobility issues, which basically means I'm very flexible, which sounds cool, except I haven't been the most consistent as we've been traveling and stuff with exercise. So my strength, like my muscle strength, is not great right now. When you pair that with being very flexible in your like tendons and ligaments, it means that like your skeleton's not getting held together. So I'm just like a spaghetti noodle person. So depending on how I sit or sleep or walk or stand, like my hips and my back can just kind of out of place, which is very annoying. And I just get so annoyed. And I'm trying to do my physical therapy, doing it most days these days. My glute bridges and my clamshells and my bird dogs strengthen my glutes and my back. And oh my goodness, I wish bodies could just do what they're meant to do, not get injured. I'm so sorry, Barbara. So you're probably on the warmer side in Texas now for the winter time. Of course, every once in a while Texas gets nailed with snow, and I always think that's interesting. It's like when you don't expect it, because Texas can be so humid and hot. And I think, Texas is right near Mexico, and Mexico is like Central America, and it feels like hot, warm climates, which it is for the most part until you get nailed with snow. And then Texas comes to a screeching halt. Hello, Mary, and MNE Block, and LSL Pluso. I know it's probably not meant to be pronounced all at once. Thanks for coming to the stream. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. It's fun to see you all. Fun to see your names. Fun to see your chats. Thanks for the hearts and the likes. It helps small businesses very much greatly to whenever you engage with us in any way, shape, or form. So always please like the posts that you come across on social media and share them or save them, or all of those things will help very much all the small businesses like us, like me. It's me and Spencer.
Hi.
And my friend Lily, who helps us. We used to have a bigger team, Teresa for a long time and Julian for a long time. It was more of an us for a while, but lately it's just me, and I'm trying to use that language more. Because I think when you use us language and we language and people are like, send us a message, they perceive that you're like this big business, and like, we're not. It's just me. When people are like, why haven't I heard back from you? It's like, because it's just me, and I don't check the emails every second of every day, and sometimes it takes me like 24 hours to get back to the inbox. So doing our best. I'm doing my best. So thanks for joining and being live on the stream. It's very nice. Oh no! Stupid accident broke my leg in 2 places. Barbara, I'm so sorry. That stinks. That just stinks. Ugh, I hope you heal quickly, and I hope you get all your range of motion and stuff back quick. Oh, that just stinks. Oh, I'm enjoying you too, Barbara. Thank you for joining. Very nice. Oh, and Tanya joined, and another Lily. I told the story earlier about lilies. I won't repeat it, but welcome, Lily. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Let me know if you have any questions, any thoughts, comments, questions, concerns, needs, thoughts about life and the meaning of it, thoughts about crafting, thoughts about cross-stitching, cross-stitch family portraits in particular. I happen to be very, very good at those. So let me know if you need any help or have any questions. Once a sip and stitch turned into a full impromptu design sesh, because somebody was like, I'm trying to design a house, want to help? And I was like, yep. And I shared my screen and spent the next hour designing a pattern for them. So hi, Kate. Hi, you're a girl. Thanks for joining. So anyhow, if you have any needs, thoughts, ideas, problems, tell me about them. Tell me about them. We could start a, Dear Judy? Isn't Dear Judy column? I followed you since Pinners in San Diego. Forget it. You have not. That was a long time ago. Thanks for following. See, we need everybody. This is what the small businesses need more of in the world. Thank you. Thank you for following since Pinners in San Diego. That was probably 2017. I think that was 2017. So yeah, thanks. That's awesome. Thanks. We love to hear it. Still here, still going strong, still trying to be helpful. Still trying to be useful. Have you stitched a portrait of your own? If you have and you've posted and we've engaged about it, I do apologize. I have username blindness. It doesn't register in my brain often. If somebody sends a portrait hey, I finished here's a photo of what I did. I'll always look and give my honest feedback, and I'm always very excited about it. But I have a hard time remembering oh yeah, this username is the person who sent me that a few years ago or whatever. So, let me know. Very cool. Yeah. Oh, yes. We got a yes. Awesome. Well done. Happiness. Thank you for stitching. I hope it's been fun for you. That's the whole thing. That's the whole point. That's why I'm always I don't really actually the big secret is I don't really care if you're cross stitching. It'd be cool because it's what I'm doing, and I have things that can help you do this. So if you are cross stitching, it tends to be a mutually beneficial digital relationship. But I don't really care if you're cross stitching as long as you're doing something that brings you joy and makes you feel creatively fulfilled. That is the point. And if it happens to be cross stitching, then by all means send me all your questions, and maybe I have some patterns that can be useful for you. So, oh, hello, Bronwyn. I love the name Bronwyn. Bronwyn just joined. So that's great. Tanya says Christmas is over, but I'm in the works of making the advent calendar. Oh, cool. Hey, it's still the Christmas season. I was just talking about this with Spencer because he bought for me some treats that were on sale at Walgreens for 50 or 60% off because it was the day after Christmas. And I was like, I don't understand why we can start preparing for Christmas now, sometimes into freaking July. August, September, you're starting to see Christmas decorations come out. Some people start decorating in October. Lots of people start decorating in November. And then it's on December 26th, whoop, lights are off. No, I don't buy that. So I think it's very cool, Tanya, that you're working on your advent calendar because we are still in the Christmas season. Maybe it's not Christmas Day, but it is the Christmas season. And I think that's acceptable. And I think we should let Christmas linger. I would rather see Christmas linger a week or two after Christmas than keep creeping up into the summertime. You know what I mean? Let's just take the Christmas window and shift it a little bit. Linger into January as opposed to July. So, and I'm happy for you because while you are in the Christmas spirit now, working on the advent calendar, Your next year self will thank you for it. Last year, I was scrambling to finish my advent calendar in October and November. And those little guys, I mean, those are a couple hours each, and you're making 25 of them. So it takes quite a while. And I was filming them, and I was trying to do I posted a lot about them. But because when I had made the advent calendar pattern, I only stitched enough ornaments for it that like were good enough for the photos at least. And I took the photos and I finished the pattern, and then I was like done with the project. I couldn't look at it anymore. So last year I finally finished, and it does take longer than you might think. So proud of you. Proud of you for working on it. Let's see. Your girl says, I'm still working on the dog part of it. Oh, awesome. There you go. I've never cross-stitched in my life. Your guys' workshop got me started. Awesome. Yay. I'm so glad. Thanks for being here. If there's anything else we can do to help, let me know. Tanya, I hope the advent calendar becomes like happy and beloved for you. And I hope you also keep in mind that you can personalize it. Like last year I made little ornaments. For those who don't know, it's like a big Christmas tree, and you can do magnets or snaps or Velcro, however you want to do it. But then you cross stitch, like they're maybe like 1 or 2 inches each, like little ornaments that you cross stitch. They live in pockets, and then you put them on the tree. And I did a little, I have a little Spencer and a little Lizzie in like Christmas elf hats. And then I did our 3 doggos with like little Christmas bows and stuff. And one is in antlers. So that they can go on the tree too. And I'm glad I did, because that was last year we had all 3 of them. We lost 2 of them this year. So yeah. So don't forget to personalize it. Miriam McCare joined, and so did Eve. Hi, thanks for joining. Welcome. Let's see. Barbara says, when did you say you were going to be in Prague? We're not going to go to Prague. We're going to the UK. So I don't know, maybe we'll travel around. But we are going to be flying to the UK probably via Amsterdam around the 3rd week of January. So we're about 3 weeks away. Lucy says, I loved your RV tour. I'm so happy for you. Oh, thanks. Thanks. I'm glad. Yeah, we had a number of people who were like, I'd love to see like how you're living. So I thought, yeah, I might as well show how, what life is like. So now hopefully like this view makes more sense. We've got like our little living area there, and I'm at the workstation, and there's our kitchen area. So it's all pretty much this one room, but yeah, it's been comfortable. It's been nice. It's been cool to downsize. It's really great for anybody who has the ADHD like me. I saw a video of somebody who made an ADHD video, and she called it the Ada Hada, which made me laugh. Ada Hada. But if you have ADHD, I highly recommend considering getting rid of a lot of your stuff and consolidating your spaces if possible, because I'm like eating more because the kitchen's just right there. So if I go use the restroom when I'm coming back, like I'm like, oh, kitchen in front of my eyeballs. I should make lunch before sitting back at workspace, which is just right here. I'm forgetting less, at least in the like life stuff category. I'm getting less distracted because it's easier to hold the various threads because stuff is closer together, and I have less stuff and I have less places for the stuff to be. So I'm losing stuff less. Like there's just the place where the keys go. That's it. They're not going to be on the counter. They're not going to be on the console. They're not going to be on the hook by the door. They're not going to be on the dining room table. Like the keys just go by the hook by the door because that's it. So that's my RV, my RV spiel. Definitely recommend it. Definitely recommend downsizing to the extent that you're able. We have been very pleasantly surprised with, just being a little less of everything. Laundry goes faster because we have less clothes. Folding and putting away laundry is faster because we have fewer clothes and fewer places to put the clothes. So it's just like, that's where these go. That's where those go. The end. So I really like that. Hi, Hannah. Hi, Belpine. How Odedi Strada and Niliaurina. That's a pretty username. Yeah. Thanks for joining, everybody. Let's see. Barbara says, I'd love to see you do a themed class about where you are at in the UK. I love the UK. Visited 4 times. I would also love to do that. I've actually had on my list of like my running brain log of all the things that I want to do is to do a hand stitch house class, because it's been a while since I've done one, about a year, which is do like a little thatched roof English cottage. I think would be really cool. So yeah, I think I'll do one in the spring because it'll be easy to find a cool reference, and it'll be, we can do flowers. It'll be springy and beautiful. So yeah, so stay tuned. Hi, Nilia Renna. Or is it Rena? Either way, beautiful. Mimat and Maddie joined. Hi, thanks. Thanks for joining, everybody. It's been so fun to hang out. I know we're like 9 minutes down to 1:30. We say we're going an hour and a half, but I do have a lunch coming up with my cousins, and I'm hoping you all will forgive me if we jump off a little early today, because I also got to a good stopping place, like magically. Oftentimes I go over because I'm so close to finishing that I'm like, I'm just going to keep stitching. But today I got to a good stopping place. I did the whole face, the bust with the top and the eyes. So I feel like that's a good stopping point. I hope all the projects that everybody's working on are going really well. I hope you had a fun time hanging out. Thanks for spending your time, spending your morning. It's really, really great hanging out with you and seeing you all and hearing from you. I really, really appreciate it. Barbara, good luck with your healing of your leg. Lucy, thanks for saying hi. Thanks for those who joined earlier and who will maybe watch this in the future. I say hello to you. And I hope you all have a wonderful new year. We're going to be doing more Sip and Stitches for sure. I'm just pulling up the calendar to my left. That'll be, the first one will be on January 31st. And I'll probably be in the UK. So I'll be in the evening, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be cool.
We'll have to figure out timing.
I'll be streaming in the evening so that our American folks can still hop in too. That'll be cool. So yeah, next time I see you, I'll hopefully be from a very cool place. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. And if you need anything, feel free to email info@stitchpeople.com or send me a DM. We'll do our best to get back to you. And by we, I mean me, sometimes Spencer, sometimes Lily, my social media helper. But yeah, thanks for supporting Stitch People and shopping small and being here. It helps us out more than you know. So anyhow, thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I will say ta-ta for now.